with another day. So today I'm coming back with another banger, which is how you can trade choke. We have choke, we have BOAs, but among these two things, one of it serves as liquidity. So I'm going to be showing you how you can identify the liquidity and for you to trade the choke the right way. There are liquidity and there is choke and there is BOAs. How can you identify these things and have a better entry that can give you 1:40 RR, 1:50 RR on a single trade? Starting from our 4 hour, at least let us make use of a bigger time frame like H4 instead of daily. We make use of H4, H1, and 5 minutes to 3 minutes. These are the 4 time frames that we are going to be making use of. So make sure that you stay tuned and watch till the end. Secondly, on this channel I have dropped many strategies, but we are not making use of all the strategies. So if you want to trade the way we trade, kindly use the link which I will drop on the description of this video and reach out to me. You can as well join AkwaFx free Telegram channel, and you can as well join our VIP group, which is our signal group, and see how we do it and see how we do things from there. And there is this account which I'm trying to grow, $50 to $1,000 challenge, which we are still going to do it. So if you join our VIP, you can see how we do it from there. So let us go to the chat. Let's show you how you can do these things step by step. By H4, I'm going to turn my chart to a normal candle. Let's do that right. I'm going to turn my chart from a normal candle to an high Kanachi candle. I'm using my H4. So the reason why I'm going to do this is for me to know the trend of this market. Then once I'm done with the trend of this market, I have to move down to my H1. Then on my H1, I would like to turn my chart to a normal candle. The reason why I want to make use of an high Kanachi candle, I want this high Kanachi candle to be able to filter noise for me to know if the trend that I'm about reading is correct or not. So that's why I'm going to be making use of high Kanachi candle for my trend. So therefore, I'm going to change this chart now from my normal candle to high Kanachi candle. So right, I'm able to see that the trend of this market is bullish. As we can see, the high Kanachi candle is telling me that the trend is bullish. So since the trend is bullish, all I'm going to be doing is for me to take a buy trade. So the trend is bullish. First is for you to mark the trend, to read the trend of the market, if it is bullish or bearish. So the high Kanachi candle is telling me that the trend is bullish. The reason is you can see the high Kanachi candle giving you all this bullish candle to the upside without any red candle. So it confirms that the trend is very bullish. So right now I'm going to move down to my H1. And on my H1, I have to turn my chart to a normal candle. So therefore, if you are following me, make sure you subscribe to this channel. If you on this channel, please subscribe to the channel. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for watching. So let's go to my H1. It's good for you to be making use of at least more than 2-3 time frames whenever you want to take a trade, because it will give you a bigger RR. Don't stay on a particular time frame. At least you should learn this from me. Even if I want to take my trade, even if my bigger time frame is M15, I can still move down to 1 minute to take a trade. So that's what I do every day by day. So now my bigger time frame is H4. So I had to move down to another intermediate time frame, which is 1 hour. So on my 1 hour, I would like to turn my chart to my normal candle. The reason is, since this is my immediate time frame, it will help me to see when the structure is broken. So on this time frame, we are going to be reading our liquidity. This time frame is where we are going to be reading liquidity. Note, liquidity is it plays a very vital role when it comes to the trading. It plays a very vital role when it comes to you making money in this market. So do not overlook liquidity in this market. So this is when we are going to read our liquidity. So since that we know that our H4 was bullish, on our H1, we have to take a trade according to the H4 trend. How are we going to do that? First, we have to make sure that this market was able to liquidate people before trying to go to the direction we are expecting. So on our H1, we've seen this. On our H1, we've seen this market being bullish to the upside. This was still the H1 trend. We don't want this. This is still the H4 trend. Now, this market has changed its direction to the downside. At this point, we have seen liquidity coming into this market, meaning this market was able to grab these zones here. It was already liquidating people here. As this market liquidates people around this point, note, once the market maker able to liquidate people, once they are able to take out stop losses, it's just like you making profit. Once you hit your take profit in the market, your money becomes bigger for you to have a bigger entry, for you to have a bigger lot sizes to your next trade. So as this market maker was able to liquidate people at this point, their money now is doubled. As this money becomes doubled, your mind is that they are having a bigger capital now. This is to say that the next move which they want to move to the direction of the H4 trend will be ×2 of what you were expecting. It will be ×2 this time because they have doubled their money and they want to go ×2 of what they went before. So therefore, after they liquidate this zone, after you've seen that they have liquidated this zone, it is for you to keep watching for this market to make a switch in this market, for it to go to the direction of your H4, which was bullish. So you want the market to break structure to the upside, after which they have liquidated people who were trying to buy this market, earlier buyers. They have liquidated earlier buyers in this market. Then you want to be ready for this market to break structure to the upside for you to make sure that you are in this trend. So we've seen this market, the first break of structure was here. We are talking about liquidity here. Take note. Let's delete every other thing. Let's delete everything. So take note. As the market grabbed liquidity to the upside, as it grabbed earlier sellers to the downside, it grabbed liquidity to the downside. We've seen that this market was consolidating around this level. It takes about how many candles before this market broke to the downside? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 candles inside this zone before it break to the downside. So that was a consolidation at that point. Then you were expecting this market to close above this zone. As you can see, this market was able to close above that region. It closes above that region with this candle here. That was your choke. That was your choke. And then you are waiting for your BOAs. And here come your BOAs. Then since you've gotten your BOAs in this market, it is now for you to mark the zone that lead to your choke. the zone that lead to the first break, which is this one. This candle here, which lead to your first break, is where you are going to mark. You scale out that candle. Once you scale it out, you move to your M15, from your M15 to your M5, from your M5 to your 3 minutes. Once you scale it out, you scale it to the future. So that is where the candle stops. So it is for you now to move down to your M15, from your M15 to your M5, from your M5 to your 3 minutes. You are looking for your entry. Let's do that together. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Turn on notification bell. If you have any questions you ask, like and comment for more tutorial videos to come. If you want to join AkwaFx, if you want to know how we trade, if you need one-on-one mentorship, do well to contact me through the link I will drop on the description on this video. You can as well join our VIP group, which is my signal group. So let's go to my M15. So right now I'm on my M15. You can see here was the zone that we draw. Here was the zone that we draw. So here is my M15. On my M15, I have to mark the last bearish candle in this zone. I have to mark the last bearish candle in this zone, which happens to be this one here. This is my last bearish candle, so I have to bring this thing down to that stage. Now I'm to move down to my 5 minutes chart. Do not forget to subscribe. I'm on my M5. So on my M5, we are to mark our last candle in this zone. At this point, we have our last bearish candle in this zone is this one here. Is this one here. So we are going to mark that candle. So once we mark the candle, we move down to our 3 minutes to look for the last bearish candle. At times, most people mark these two candles here. This one and this one. But I have to go with the last bearish candle, which happens to be that one. So I have marked the last bearish candle. So let's go and look for our 3 minutes. Let's go to our 3 minutes. The last bearish candle on our 3 minutes will be where we are going to be waiting for our entry. Do not forget to subscribe. So right here, we are on our 3 minutes. So here is the zone that we marked. We are looking for our last bearish candle on this zone for us to take our trade. So the last bearish candle on our 3 minutes happens to be this one here. Happens to be this one. This fat candle is our last bearish candle. So we are waiting to take our entry on this zone. Once the market come into this zone, that is where we are going to take our entry. So You can as well move down to your 1 minute and wait for the market to come into this candle. Once the market come into this candle, that is where you are going to take your entry. So let me delete all those ones. This blue line is where we are going to be waiting for the market to come in for us to take a trade in the nearest future. So we can move down to our 1 minute, but I don't want this tutorial video to be too long. So let's scale back to the future and look for where we are going to take a trade on our 3 minutes. We're supposed to move down to our 1 minute, but the video will be too long. So we have to scale this to the future for the market to come in. The market successfully come in. The market successfully come in. Now, as this market come into this zone on your 3 minutes, there is something you need to do. What will you do? It's either you turn your chart to a line chart or you leave it this way. You can as well see what I want to show you. As the market come into this zone, you are looking for a break of market structure. This fat candle is responsible to the break. This fat bearish candle here. This fat bearish candle here is responsible for the break of this zones here, of all these liquidities here. So is the one responsible for all the noises here. Is the one that liquidates them. So after that happen, you wait for the market to come and close above. You want a close above the high. We've seen the market coming and close above that candle right here. That is to say, we've gotten a break of structure at that level. So after which we've gotten a break of structure, it is now for you to go to your 1 minute, or you look for imbalance below the zone. You look for imbalance below the zone for you to take a trade. But this will be very sweet if you go to your 1 minute. If you can go to your 1 minute and do this yourself, you'll see it. But I won't be able to do that here. So I will stop at 3 minutes. If you don't know how to make use of imbalance, I've already taught you how you can make use of imbalance on this my channel, so you can check it out. So I'm going to map out my imbalance, which is right here. That is my imbalance. Imbalance is made up of 3 candles. So we've gotten imbalance there. So if you go to your 1 minute, you wait for this market to come into your imbalance. Once it comes into this imbalance and it closes and give you a bullish candle, you take your trade to the upside. Or if the broker you are using use seconds candle, you can really make 1:200, 1:300 just on this one trade. 1:300 out just on this one trade. If you can apply this kind of stuff on gold, you see that you will be able to risk $1 for you to make at least $100 on a single trade. But you have to be patient, because the way you want to be trading every day, the market will not give you what you want every day. But if you are patient and stick to one thing, that thing in a long run, 2-3 years, can take you to where you will not think you will be able to be in your future. But lack of impatience make us to run from one thing or the other. So if you want to join AkwaFx mentorship, you can contact me. If you want to join our VIP, you can contact me. So for this tutorial video, I wouldn't want to go to my 1 minute, so I will stop here. So once the market come into my imbalance, I'm going to place my trade at the 50% of my imbalance. So you can take your FIP and you FIP out your imbalance. So this is where my imbalance start from. Right there is where it started from. Then and it come right here is where it ended. So I'm going to take my fib. Since it's a buy scenario, I will fib it from this level to the high, and 50% will be my entry, which is the 0.5 fib retracement level will be my entry. So I'll place it this way. So that place will be my entry. So let me delete the fib now. So that place will be my entry, and my stop loss will either come below this candle. You see, if you're using 5 minutes, 1 minute, sorry, you will know the next place for you to place your stop loss, which will give you a very tight stop loss. So my stop loss will come below that zone, and I'm going to target 1:25 or 1:30. So my stop loss will come below this candle here. That is where my stop loss will come below, and I can target. I'll have to go to my H4 and look for my first target first. So my first target, I'm going to look for H4. I'm going to my H4 and look for first target. So your M15 first target is 1:19. But if you are going to your H4, let's go to 4-hour chart and look for our first target. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe. So this is my H4. So my first target on my H4 will be this high here, which happens to be 1:50. And if you go if you want to go 1 times 2 of this, you take your fib. You fib it from your entry, which is your 50%. You map it from your entry to where it stopped. That was your first TP. Then you have to pick and make it times 2. You have to pick it and make it times 2. If you were able to have times 2 of that, you are okay to go. I'm trying to make it times 2. The trend line, I don't know how I set it, that is making me, it's giving me headache. So I'm trying to pull it now for it to be times 2. So this is where the first TP ended. So times 2 will be, it will be that way. So your 1:2 will be that place, which is giving you 105. That is giving you 105 as TP from one trade, just by doing this. We cannot stick to one thing whenever we are trading. That is our problem. Secondly, we want to trade every day. And thirdly, we want to trade all the pairs in the market. I think if you really want to go far in trading, you should stick to just 2 pairs. You should stick to 2 pairs. If one pair give you 1:30 RR, maybe at the end of the month, you are able to take 2 wins and you have losses, because there is no how you will not lose, because no strategy is 100%. You want to go 1:40, just stick to your RR. Stick to your RR and keep your risks minimal. Make your risk small. Then, if you are risking 2% of your account and you go 1:40, or let's say 1:30, and in a month you are able to take 2 good trades, you are okay to go that month. No matter how many losses you take, you are okay to go. That is if you are trading 2 pair. It's easy for you to escape the drawdown on your account if you are trading 2 pair. Even when I'm sending signal, most people will come with their own observations and their own thoughts that, oh, You haven't sent signal on this pair, or you haven't sent signal on this pair, you haven't sent signal on this pair. If you are trading 10 pairs and you take 10 losses in a day, check out, and you are risking 2%. If you are taking 3 losses in a month, your account is gone. So that's why it's advisable. Maybe you should stick to 2 pairs. That's why you see most. So anyone can trade all the pairs in this market, but you don't want to be doing that. So I think I've come to my conclusion. This is how you can trade choke along with liquidity for a better and bigger RR. If you want to join AkwaFx mentorship, you can contact us through the link which I will drop on the description. If you want to join our VIP, which is our signal group, you can as well join. There is this $50 to $1,000 which I'm trying to build, which the first trade was made last, I think that was this week, which I placed the first trade on Thursday on that market. So I'm just starting the account. You can as well join us if you want to. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, do so. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for watching and stay tuned. So I remain AkwaFx as I sign out. Peace.